Boom, it's your boy. It's Kenny T, Kilo, Tango Aviation. So if you're an instrument student or you're flying IMC, understanding the Pitot static systems can be real important. But really understanding the phase that come along with it. So look, flying IMC, prepping for your check ride is hard enough. Then you add in instrument errors and it's a whole new game. I'm going to demonstrate using X-Plane 12 on how the Pitot static errors can affect your flying, how to recognize it, and the actions to take. I like to use X-Plane for teaching because it has a lot of capabilities and the instructor station is great. You can either put it on your iPad and your iPhone or you can use it right on your other screen. The good part about it is you can change the weather, adjust any failures, you can change everything without even stopping the sim at all. So it's real good when you got a student or you're trying to work on some things for yourself. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to recognize those Pitot static errors while you're in instrument conditions. And if you haven't already reviewed the previous video, it kind of goes over what those errors are in a more instructional way. But this way, we're gonna do it in action while we're in the clouds. Yeah. All right, before we start with the errors, let's just talk about some basic things that'll help you better understand and better control the airplane when you're IMC. It's the control and performance method, but power, pitch, performance, trim. So first thing you do is set your power, set your pitch attitude. So right now I'm setting the pitch attitude to like right above the horizon. And my performance is I'm looking to be in straight and level flight. So that means not climbing or descending. I'm checking my altimeter. And all right, I'm about straight. I'm level. And the airplane's wings level and we're not turning. And now I trim off the back pressure.
Perfect.
There you go. Power, pitch, performance, trim. You're gonna do that over and over. And what I like to use, I use like the spoke method. So I start off. Oh yeah, there it goes, back to climbing. Oh yeah. We don't want to lose too much altitude, regardless of the turbulence and anything. All right, cool. Okay, so start off with your attitude indicator, and then you go to the performance you're looking for. So we'll look at my altimeter. And we want to stay between 3,200 plus minus 100 feet. So attitude indicator, performance instrument, and then I'll bring it back and then I'll trim. And when once I'm set where I'm at and I'm flying straight and level, I'm just gonna do scan like from here to here, to here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And as I look at these things, I'm looking, all right, what's going on? And what input do I put in? And never stare, just put an input and make adjustment. Here to here, here to here. All right, I'm at 3,100, we'll call that good. All right, so let's take a look here. So right now we're at 3,000 feet. We're in the soup, and you see the winds blowing us around. That doesn't matter. IFR don't care about your feelings. All right, so let's go to, let's keep 3,000 feet on the heading of, let's put our heading bug where we want. So we want, let's go 30030. Whoops, not zoom in. I will go with north. So let's turn to a heading of north. So we'll make a turn to the north, maintain 3,000. We got our power, our pitch slightly above the horizon. Our performance is our altitude as well as our turn, because we're making a turn. So we got standard rate of turn, a little bit more standard rate, so more than 30. Rolling out, back to wings level. Nose came up, bring that nose back up. Get back to 3,000. Small corrections, always small corrections. Now, hopefully in the real plane, you don't have this much bounce. And the sim may be a little sensitive, but same concepts apply. Small inputs. Okay, so we are flying along when we want. There's my scan, so climbing a little bit. Don't have too much of a dip. Keep my heading good. All right, looking good. So while we're flying along, as we're doing our scan, we're just in straight and level flight. And as you see, we go up and down a little bit, as you probably do when you're flying in your real plane, but maybe not as much. But it's never exactly straight and level till you get really, really good. Maybe I'll get really, really good in this sim. I don't know. We'll see. So we're flying along. All right. And, all right. Well, start to descend a little bit. Notice anything? Everything looks pretty good. You know, we got 3,000 feet. Our speed looks to be at 110 knots. You know what? We're going to climb up to 4,000. And full power, pitch. And let's climb. Interesting. What do we notice? Well, we don't notice anything. Notice that our airspeed has not changed. Why is that? Well, that's because likely our pitot static port, our pitot tube is blocked. So even though we got all these other fluctuations, even when we're climbing, even when we're smooth, there's going to be slight fluctuations. But the pitot tube is clogged. And with the pitot tube clogged, you're not going to have any change in airspeed. Oh, there goes my head, and get that heading back. So now I know that my airspeed is not reliable. So now I have to go back to just thinking, all right, a certain pitch setting and a power setting is going to give me particular performance. So I know that a particular power setting, we'll call it 2200, at a certain pitch, I'll get a performance that I want. Let's get back to that head. But notice still the airspeed indicator didn't change. This. All right. Let's go back down and descend and see what happens. We'll reduce the power. What's that? Oh, so I guess here's something that's interesting. So the way that this is set up, when you block the pitot tube, it blocks the pitot tube and the drain hole, because as we're looking at it, as we're descending, our airspeed indicator is descending, which is indications of a pitot and our drain hole plugged. So how do you recognize it if it's descending and slowing down? Because that don't sound right. So let's say we feel like we increase, so we're increasing power, keep descent. We expect that our airspeed would increase. But what's actually happening?
Perfect.
The airspeed is decreasing. Yeah. So that's what's going on. So we know we got a system issue. All right, let's level the airplane off. And let's try to just get straight and level. And then what should we do? Well, what would cause any of that to happen? Probably icing or something. So let's go ahead and put our pitot heat on. Get straight and level though. So you power, pitch, performance, trim. So you know it's like going on slow down. This works in real life just like in the sim. Even when it's raining outside, even when all the crazy stuff going on, you still slow down. Alright, so now I got the airplane under control. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pitot heat on. Don't turn, keep control of the aircraft. Boom, boom. Alright. Let that nose, there you go. Let that nose drop. Small corrections. you don't trim, as soon as you turn your head, the airplane gonna do it at once. All right, so now our systems are. Still got a drain pitot tube. So fix all systems. There we go. So as you saw, our airspeed is now back to what it should be. It's back to normal. Okay. Cool. All right, what's next? Let's go to a heading up.
Perfect.
Instruments, sensors, static port block. It's the exact time. All right, let's maintain 3,000 and we'll go to a heading north. We'll actually climb up to, we'll keep the altitude we have now. And so we'll keep this altitude and kind of see what happens. As we're turning, we got power, pitch, slightly above the horizon, performance. Check my turn coordinator, altimeter, pitch is going high, putting it back lower. Not that low. Slow down. There we go. Oh yeah, when you end up in the clouds, expect to get bumped around. So you got to just make adjustments as you can. All right, let's get back to north, and we'll get up to 3,000. All right. Okay, so we're at 3,000. Yeah, and this is the first time I've held altitude properly, right? All right, let's go and climb. So set a 10-degree pitch attitude and increase power. Oh, that's weird. My altitude is not increasing, and I know that by pitching up,
Perfect.
with this power setting, I should be climbing. I assume that probably means I have a faulty altimeter, because my VSI is also not changing in any way, shape, or form. My airspeed looks extremely low, and my altimeter and VSI are not working properly. Okay, so now I got to think, what is this? This is likely a static clog. So, first thing, maintain aircraft control. All right, I know that with the pitch up attitude of slightly above, and this power setting, it's straight, and it'll keep me somewhat level. I also know that when I have a clogged static port, my airspeed indicator is going to be inaccurate. When I climb, oh yeah, when I'm level, there'll be no air. When I'm lower in altitude, it'll be faster than accurate, and then when I'm higher, it'll show slower. So the thing I know is, as it's slowing down, I'm getting higher. So all right, now what do I need to do? Well, now I need to hope the alternate static port will work. So we got the airplane trimmed up. Before we do anything, make sure airplane's trimmed. Now let's go ahead and switch this alternate static port. Is there alternate static port? All right. Come on, there we go. Alternate static port. All right, alternate static port. Man, all right. Look at that alternate static port. I gained 1,000 feet with the failed instrument. All right, now let's at least get back to level and control. So heading in north, maintain this altitude.
Perfect.
Okay, so the thing we know too is if we have an alternate static, our airspeed is going to be slightly faster than what it actually is. Altimeter is going to be slightly higher, and that's all because we're using the inside alternate static port as opposed to the outside pressure, which is fine because in this case we're essentially in a emergency situation, right? So that's fine. That's all good. So as you see, doing these different, seeing these different failures happen while you're already in IMC and recognizing them, you gotta not just recognize them. Well, first, let's just back up real quick. First thing is just flying an IMC under the hood or in real IMC is harder than under the hood because the weather usually bumps you around a lot. If you're under the hood, you don't really get bumped around a lot, and you can kind of still see some outside cues, but when you're actually in IMC, ain't no joke. So having one of those things happen, you're going, and of course, as we're doing this, we knew that there was going to be some type of failure. But being able to see what's actually going on and being able to keep that good scan so that you recognize something's not right and not panicking and just slowing down so you can analyze the situation, take the proper action, and then land as soon as you can or figure out what your next move is. So so there it is with your boy Kenny T. Hope this video was useful to you. Hope you gained some knowledge on it. Hope it gave you a perspective on what it looks like when these things happen. If it did, let me know. If it didn't, let me know. And maybe I can make a better video for you. Make something that you'll like. Make something that'll help you in your studies while you're studying your instrument stuff. So, it's your boy Kenny T, Kilo Tango.